Hello everyone. I think we should live now. Okay, that was weird. Why YouTube were not all live? Strange. I see, but I think. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome. Hi. Hello, hello, Context Gaming. Thank you very much. Thank you for catching it. It's a weird time for me to stream. I just felt like I should make a small stream. I'm doing fine. Say it like this. Yeah, go ahead. That's um you haven't been on my Discord ever. Serious Christian issue. Roughly. Very roughly. Hello, Shy Hand Art. Welcome. I wish I... Hi. Yeah. I had a serious depressive... I'm not gonna lie, man, I envy you. You cannot imagine how much I envy you, because I don't have access to any kind of things like my own. I have to learn everything by... Add here that I am extremely... Okay, I'm not extremely poor. I'm poor, I cannot afford like online courses and stuff like this. So, you know, not gonna lie, it's just a motivation. You just need to say to yourself, yeah, you know what, I just need to grind my nose into this stuff and just you know, just do it. Like, you know this meme, just do it. Oh, that's... Look, we nearly... I was working with people, right? And we even, like, released the game. And we even, okay. We even released a first version of the game, okay? It's, like, already ready. And people were checking the game, and, like, a lot of people were enjoying the game. Now... So, with this done, like, a lot of things is already complete. A lot of models were complete, and suddenly everyone just quit. Like, they just, as they say, oh, I burned out. And I'm like, we're so close to be done. why are you guys quitting now? And no, people just lose motivation and quit. So yeah, that's a common issue in game development. I think yes, I want to change this. Yeah, yeah. It's a common issue. I'm telling you, man. It's like it's especially as I said, it's like one thing when it's one thing when it's like you just starting out and there's like few lines of code and barely anything done, right? Yeah, that's one thing. That's unfortunate, but like you can understand, like, oh, people left, like no big deal. But when you're like, we did so much, we have implemented so much, we made so much, yet people just like, okay, we released even like a prototype which is well received, and people quit, and I have no idea why people do that. At this point, like, you are so deep into this, why you even quit at this point? And I would be like, oh, maybe it's an issue with me, you know, like, oh, it's probably I am too rough with people or something like this. If if I knew that, oh yeah, actually, how can I say it? Oh yeah, it's actually because, like, you know, my issue. But I know many people who quit exactly the same way, you know. They were like, oh yes, we're working where, like, I heard from a guy who worked with multiple people on RPG game, and they nearly finished it. It was like 2 years into development, and it was in a decent shape, soon to be released, and people start falling out at this point because they were burning out. And he's like, we just need to push few more months and we're done. And the game will be released, it will be ready. But people are like, but people just lose motivation, and that's it. This is hard. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to do it, so that's not going to happen. Honestly, best I can say is that you just have to find people. Just you will have to search for people who will you know, continue working with you and finish what they started. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, this is rough. Don't be that on people. Sometimes it can be a personal reason or some other cases. It's okay. It's okay if people quit occasionally. It's unfortunate that it happens. That's for sure.
Let's get back to equal justice. Increase fear and suspicion. Let's get back to equal justice.
Repeat.
Let's get back to equal justice. Increase fear and suspicion.
Repeat.
Increase fear and suspicion. Just do it up.
Every encounter is going to be much more difficult. Repeat. Every encounter is going to be much more difficult. Repeat. Gentlemen, this is about combat. Repeat. Gentlemen, this is about combat.
Just do it up. 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 Just do it up.
Hello, Doncon. Wow, 3 solo games is actually impressive. Yeah, unfortunately, Doncon is correct. You cannot stop people from quitting. The best you can do is try to, you know, order stuff from people by paying them. Fun fact. I found something very interesting. I had more success with people with who I concretely tell them what I want. Like, okay, I need this, that, and that. Except in opposition to the people to whom I give like freedom. Like, if I tell to the person, okay, you have a freedom to do whatever you want. Just make me this. No, just make me a spaceship. And I just leave him to him for him to make it, and I never get this spaceship. Never. Then on opposition, I meet some guy and I'm telling him, okay, you do that, that, and that to me. It must look like this, and this. And here is a rough sketch how it should looks like. He's doing the job perfectly fine. So, I seen when you give less freedom to people, in a sense, like you don't want to be a tyrant of course, and you don't want to be it's like it's my way or no way, you know. You want to be, of course, you need to listen to people and understand what they want, what kind of art they want to make, what things they want to do. You have to do that, but like it often comes down, if I don't give people direction, they just say, oh, I get busy, I'm not motivated, I quit. But when you give a more concrete direction, people tend to stick for a longer time. So at least that in my experience. Yeah, actually, that's another thing. Yes, you should put work, but like not everyone. It sometimes can be opposite. It's like, oh, look at this person. Look at him. He is like, oh, so far away. He is like, he did so much and I did so little. Why even bother at this point? If that makes sense. That's another point which can happen. Yeah, yeah. Occasionally you will have this kind of cases. Uh, to be fair, it's a little more complex than just simply. Yeah, expectation meets reality. Yes. It's a complex issue, and like imagine if I tell like the big problem a lot of time to work while you work with this kind of you know, with game development, is that it's often you don't know what rewards is going to be, you know. It's like you are betting a lot of time and your you know, hours which you can do anything else for something what's not guaranteed to give that much of a reward. This is why it's very hard to be a game developer if you are not an idea guy. If you're just if you're aiming to be in game development for to, how can I say it, to make money, I would say you're doing it for wrong reasons, because it's really hard. It's a very competitive environment. You need to know a lot, and when you meet the reality that okay, we might be working on some project for 6 months, and there is no guarantee of, you know, of reward from it, then it's like it's more complicated than this. It might be like, oh, is it really worth it to continue doing this, you know? Yeah. 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 Bon appetit. Okay, so oh. Enemies are defeated. All of this. It's quite opposite. I don't keep up with it. The reason why I do multiple projects like this is because I burn out on one project, so I flip flop between multiple of them. I keep it simple. I keep working at it. I have some notes taken. That's how. How can I pass it? I want to pass to the win lose manager that all enemies are defeated. Well, last month I did not keep consistency. I had a pretty bad period, you know. How can I pass? Should I just make like map state scriptable object and just... Because I want to tell to the... I don't want to keep update. Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly like this. The problem is, how can I pass this information to win-lose manager? Like, yes, I have it. Is spawning enemies, is enemies present on map here. But the question is, how do I tell to this information to the win-lose manager? I just make scriptable object like map state. If I make it as just a scriptable object, just throw the information at the scriptable object and... Yeah. YOLO Cat, help me here. You're a brain of the operation lately. I have... Is spawning enemy and is enemy present on the map? Okay, so... I want to somehow let the win-lose manager know when we are both not spawning any more enemies and and we don't have any enemies present on the map. How would you do that? Like, of course, I can just say win-lose manager you know, and like set state or something like this, you know. I can do that, but like is it the best way to do it? Because we are coupling as a spawn enemy manager to the win lose manager. But that's like, yeah, it's sharp event, but like, isn't that going to be extremely, like, that's going to be extremely heavy? It's like, it will be something like on owning on enemy present, and then you will have like on no and like last enemy, like on no enemy present. Then you have like on no spawn groups, on no on spawn groups present. Like it's like it getting a little out of hand for events. Like, it will be like 4 events for this stuff. Simeon with an argument continues the amount of enemies. But haven't we had an issue with this? I believe we had an issue with this. Yeah, I think we had an issue with it because like we had an thing when you have an event with a parameter, with one parameter, like this, right? You will have like a parameter over here. It will not be reading a parameter from the code, it will be reading parameter from over here. Do you want me to do a C# event, so it's like instead of Unity event I will do like action? It is. C# event is like action. Oh no, at this point you're pretty much coupling, like it's pretty much a delegate, right? Like at this point it's just a delegate. Why not? Why not then just do something like this, like have a map state. Public bool is is no like is enemies to spawn, all enemies defeated here. So we have like map state, and we will just inside the enemy manager we will have a simple reference only to realized field map state. And inside the check completion, we will say is all enemies defeated equals is spawning enemies and is enemies present on the map. We will say like this equals is false. So if those two things are true, right? No, it should be yes. It should be false, true, false, false, and is why not use it as a scriptable object? What is enemies present on the map equals false, and this will be an like true, and both of them needs to be true, and this will be set to be true. So now we can just simply say create asset menu, whatever. Serializable. So we have map state, whatever, just here have a map state, and we can just simply say map state. So I select the map state and it should be updating itself on the fly. Of course I have like some kind of error over here because let me guess, one of those things are initialized only, yeah, say own enemy group. Where do I, because you don't need to create assets for the states. But you will have a physical asset then, which you can easily see inside the Unity, isn't it? It's like useful for debugging. I'm trying to brainstorm it, like while I debug this. Yes, here enemies. We're just gonna realize it. Yeah, group. So all enemies defeated, so I'm now gonna throw some towers. More towers. And it should start. See, it became true. And I can just simply read this value. This show up in the inspector. Yes, that's true, but like, on the other hand, once again, how I'm going to pass this class around? By again making a coupled reference to it with if it's not a scriptable object, right? It must be present as a component on something, or at least like, you know, you create an instance of the class and you pass around this instance of the class through code, correct? But if I create a scriptable object, I can just reference the scriptable object as like just that's it. That's going to be a reference. A scriptable object itself. Who needs it can reference it. Like, how is it like worse than just using, you know, a class? How you propose? Like, I'm trying to figure it out, my man. I am listening. Oh God, no singletons. No singletons. Yeah, I don't think I should use singletons. If I Now, instead of this, you'll have sphere. And again, how are you going to debug a singleton? Like, again, you will have, like, separate. I start to feel like... No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm really confused right now. I would say the same. Here. Yeah, but I don't want to use singletons. Like, singletons are evil. Should avoid using singletons, isn't it? Yes, but there is a little more to it. I will tell you this, YOLOCAT. The reason why I'm trying to avoid using singletons, because I've been told to my face, genuinely to my face, that avoid using singletons. Like, I were going through the interview. Like, I were trying to apply to the position, and people were like, "Look, code is dirty, but like fine. We see that you understand stuff, but like there is a problem with your singletons. You should avoid using them at all costs because singletons are evil. Singletons create a lot of technical debt in the future when you're trying to re-implement or do something new. So this is why I'm trying to avoid using them." You see? Yeah, but if what you consider, it's generally it's a problem of imagine if you have some kind of like the singleton is an ultimate coupling mechanism. So imagine if you have like for example like right now I have map states, right? And it's already kind of coupled, but like at least this is a separate object and I can swap it at any point. Like for example you have two conditions. For example, you want to win on two different maps at the same time. This is a weird example, but like, bear with me. You have two maps at the same time, and you want to win on both of them at the same time. You're playing two games of chess at the same time, okay? And if you have a singleton, that's it. You have one map state. Done. You cannot make another one. You see? It's like one of the popular examples I heard about it. It's like imagine if you have a control scheme for a player, right? And it's sometimes very easy to just create a singleton which create a reference to this control scheme, right? And that's it. You have an easy way to communicate with that player control scheme until you decide to create a second player controller, right? So now it's like, how am I going to communicate with the second player? Because my control scheme is like reference to the singleton. So it's like you create some kind of if-else spaghetti statement. It's like, oh yeah, reference the player 2 in this case, but player 1 in this case. Which is like a mess. If anything what I'm saying makes any sense. All enemies defeated. Okay. Eh? Okay. See you later. Go sleep. Yeah, good night. I'm sorry, I hope you don't get it like I'm trying to be facetious or whatever it's called. I genuinely want to debate this and see how it's better to do. Yes, good night. Okay. Yes. Marking it as completed. Let's check. Yes, run out of lives. Okay, it works. Doesn't. Okay, we made these changes. I think that's going to be a change for next time. So what's else? Touch right now. Bam, bam, bam. Remove. That's okay. That works. Yes, multiple groups we can do. This is done. This is done. Player live. Sure. Okay. Okay, this is a short stream, but I think for tonight that's enough. We did some progress. We made the event system for ours, the win lose. I think I will be spicing up some of those kind of streams now and then between weekend streams. So sorry for a very short one, but we did some progress. So anyway, thank you everyone for showing up, and see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.